All right, guys, we're back for more. We're playing against a team from the Maldives here in the Interzone Final. So the way that the AFC Cup works is that you've got the west part of Asia and the east part of Asia, and the east part of Asia has this weird interzone whatever thing. Anyway, we're against Maziya from the Maldives, and we're playing our first round here at home, and then we will play over where they are again for the second round. They're a fully professional side, and boy, that's a yellow card right off the bat for Ibrahim. And so we'll see how we do. I'm again nervous about this match. I'm going to be nervous about every single one of these knockout matches that we come across. We'll see how we do. There's a lot of money on the line, but not really for winning this. It's after this when we play the actual AFC Cup final, should we get that far against probably an Arabic team or a team, from the western part of Asia. That is going to be much harder. And there's Nene scoring the first goal, 1-0, number 5 here of the young season for him. I say young season because the actual season hasn't even started yet. And he came over and he scored that one like there was nothing to it. We are in the process of trying to weed things out and simmer down the squad a little bit. The problem that we have is that we do have older players still in contract. I'm not going to release anybody who's on contract. We're trying to give money to the players who we know are going to be around for a while. And then there are some other players who are young who we're going to give some game time to, and we'll see how it works. But we can't do it here in this competition because we had to register all these guys a couple months ago, which is kind of a weird thing. Chen Jianliang knocks that forward, and his shot is blocked. Chen Jianliang, as I think I said last time, is actually the best of our left wing backs. There's another one that we have, Chen Yuchun, who I thought was going to be better at first, but it turns out that Chen Jianliang is the best, and that was Hong Guanda, who almost scored that one. Hong Guanda is incredible. We also have this guy, Yu Yue, in the back, who one of the other teams in Taiwan keeps trying to offer me money for. It's not much. It wouldn't make much of a difference, but we may get to the point eventually where we have bigger teams coming in for our players. So 1-0 the score remains as... that was snuffed out. That was Yeyue in the back who got that, and he knocks us forward for Silla. Silla, who's been injured for quite some time, passes to Nene, and that should have been an assist. That should have been a goal, but Nene's shot was off target. We're looking pretty good so far, but as I said, I don't want to get too complacent and get too happy about this quite yet because I'm not certain about what exactly is going to happen. One thing is nice, though. I was finally able to convince the board to increase our youth facilities, which should be good when it comes to getting quality new players. There's Silla with the ball, and he tries a shot, and that is knocked out for a corner. I was able to do that using the proceeds from winning our last match, which was like 700, which was another couple hundred euro or something, 100,000 euro or something like that. Now, if we can get to and win the AFC Cup final, that's where you have, it's like a 1.5 million euro payout. Plus, then you get to go to the qualifiers for the AFC Champions League, which would be big. That would be a huge difference, and that might actually start to turn this club into a reputable club. But we'll see what happens. We'll take it a step at a time. There's Yu Yue, who's been the target of a lot of speculation. He knocks this forward for Nene, and it's really not much of a pass forward. Sai Yuting, you'll notice, is not here on the squad, and you probably won't see much of him this next year. It's his final year in contract. I think it's his final year in contract. We're going to try to let that expire and hope that we can get a really nice and simple ending and not have to worry about him too much longer. He's just not the player he once was. Nene with the header does not quite get that one over. Still only 1-0, and I'm worried about this because 1-0 is not good enough. We need to get some more goals, and we need to get something going here. Let's see if we can win this ball off of them. Well, that's not going to do it. Yu Yue wins this now over to Ndaye. Back to Chen Chengju, over to Yu Yue. That's lumped forward for Silla. Silla with the ball. And he's tackled, but then he wins it again to Chen Jianliang, over to Chen Chengju, and he takes a shot, and that one's over the goal and over everybody's head. And so, okay, well, we'll keep going, but it would be nice, as I said, to get another goal. Chen Jianliang, who's supposed to be so great, is having another kind of quiet match. And Ndaye with this brings it up and then passes back to Kader Bamba, over to Yeyue. Yeyue, newbie, over to Hong Guanda, and he's passed to Nene, and that's up to Silla, who takes a shot. And it's not much of a shot from Silla, unfortunately. Silla lost a whole lot of time being injured, and I hope that he hasn't started to lose his touch a little bit. And Ndaye with this, over to Hong Guanda. Over now to Chen Chengju, and his shot is blocked by the keeper. Chen Chengju is the other one. He's 29 years old. We're going to have him sort of run out his contract, and we're just going to let it expire. It's not that he's a bad player. I don't want him to be upset with me, but we're going to get to the point where he's just not going to be playing that much anymore. We have to make room for these young players, and we do have a group of, I think it's about 5 young strikers on this club. Yu Wei with the goal. Man, 2-0 Mars FC. Wow. It's the first time I've seen us score one like that. Whoa. Don't know where that one came from. This is not a great corner. Yu Wei runs over and makes it into something great. And, geez. So we've got a special one there in Yu Wei. Wow. That really is exciting to see that. Bamba wins this over to Yeyue Tendai and over to Hongguanda, and is passed forward for Nene. And here's Nene taking it forward and getting a shot off. It wasn't much of a shot, and it was blocked out for a corner, but it was something. And okay, let's score again. I mean, if we're dominating like this, we need to keep scoring. Kader Bamba now, and his header unfortunately does not go in. Yu Wei, I'm wondering if he's not actually better than Kader Bamba, and we may end up getting to the point where we have players who are native, who are better than these foreigners that we brought in. That is sort of the dream, and boy, we would really like it if that would continue to happen. So we'll see what happens. You can see again, Leiboldun is still there in goal, but you're going to see this season that his significance in the squad is going to be highly diminished. That was Hongguanda with the big shot that forced a really good save, and then Ibrahim here has run past most of our defense. But Sharif is offside, and so there's not even a shot that comes after the end of that. Here is Menegong, and he's knocked that one in. I mean, they didn't even try. So Menegong scores again. It's 3-0 for Mars FC. I mean, this is so ridiculously easy for him. It's over. So the wall is not in the right place, and their keeper doesn't know. I mean, it's just a total failure on their part. That's all I can say. 3-0. We have the lead here. Now let's keep this up. We don't want to put our foot off the gas. We want to come out of this home leg with such a large margin of victory that we make it an impossible task for them, even though they'll be at home for the next match. So Yeyue goes back and gets this one, passes to Leiboldun. It's down to Yu Wei, who knocks over to Nene, and that ends up being headed back. And we then get out of the highlight. But let's score some more goals. Chen Dianliang still not having a great match, but this is Menegong here with the free kick over to Yeyue, who scored. And so he now has scored his first. 4-0 for Mars FC. And Yeyue is another one of these players who I think is really, really good, and we might not fully realize it. And so we're starting to get a real solid group in the back, and we have definitely a very solid group up front. I don't want to get rid of any of these 5 players that we have extra that could be the shadow striker, and the reason why I don't want to get rid of them is because they're good, but the truth is we can't have all of them. We can't have 11 guys trying to play in the same position. I mean, we're going to go crazy. So my guess is that other teams are going to come over and sort of pick them off, but guys like Yu Wei, I'm not going to sell him. There's no way. He's too good. Menegong has his forward over to Yeyue, and it's passed back to Leiboldun, now to Bamba. If only we could have a keeper who was that good. Bamba forward to Hongguanda, back to Bamba, up to Menegong. Menegong has it. And over to Hongguanda. The other thing that we've done, and Ibrahim's going to get his second yellow. That does it. That's a weak second yellow. He sort of ran into him. That was it. The other thing that we've done is we've started to put our core players all on paid contracts. We do have wage budget for it, and that is a big deterrent to other teams in Taiwan who might want to come over and steal a guy away. It's a lot harder to do that if he's actually under a paid contract. Bamba with it. Over to Chen Chengju, Yu Wei now. Down to Chen Jianliang, and he's tackled, but he maintains possession. Goes over to Hongguanda. Hongguanda passes to Menegong, and Menegong with a shot, and forces a really, really good last-minute desperation save. Here's Menegong here with the corner. Remember, Menegong is the one who doesn't like big matches. I guess this doesn't qualify as one. It's out to Silla. Silla back to Hongguanda, and that is the end of that highlight. Wow. So we unfortunately weren't able to score on this one. Hongguanda setting this up brilliantly, and Menegong forced a good save. Like I said, it was with that left glove hand, but he could have done, I think, a little bit better, and he had a lot more net in front of him than I think. They like to do this like turnaround type shot, and I'm not sure I fully understand why. I don't know what Menegong's trying to do there or what he's trying to force. I think that ball may have sort of slipped out of his control, but it doesn't matter in the end. Bamba wins this over to Chen Jianliang. And Chen Jianliang moves forward a little bit and has a pass over to Hong Guanda, and that is deflected out for another corner. So it's going to be Mena going to take this corner again. And this has been, so far, 10 minutes of real time here in the match of nothing but domination from us. Mena going forward, looking for Ye Yue, can't find him. And so this is going to be the end. Now, I think Mena going, one of these guys is going to have too many yellow cards and will have to miss the next match. But that's just the way it is. I'm not too concerned. Probably Mena going will end up missing it. He hits another corner, and that's Yu Yue, who just barely misses that shot. Should have been his second. Now it's Menagong here with another attempt at the very last kick of the game over to Ye Yue, who is called for pushing off. He gets a second yellow, and that means that he's out for the next match, which is also a problem for us. We are not going to make any changes. We're just going to go forward because there's nothing else to do. So he gets the final second yellow card of the match, the final bit of the match. That's the first time I've seen that one before. We had 2.72 XG to their 0.05. We dominated this match, 63% of the possession. How did this team from the Maldives even get this far? Anyway, well, we'll see. Again, I shouldn't say too much because we might go over there and lose next time, and I'm really worried about that. But 4-0 is a victory. We're going to celebrate for now. Talk to you again later. Bye-bye.